Tribe with Matt Loede, the Indians beat writer for rantsports.com. Now, Indians pitching the third highest ERA in the American League. How soon until we see some changes?
It's got to come soon, Andy. I mean, at this point, Justin Masterson has had some struggles. You know, Corey Kluber and Zach McAllister have really carried the load so far for this team as far as the pitching is concerned. Danny Salazar pitched well today. Carlos Carrasco is simply a mess.
What do you do with Carrasco? Bullpen or minus?
I think right now bullpen. He's out of options. I think right now you're looking at Josh Tomlin, who had a good outing in Columbus the other day, or Trevor Bauer to come up to the majors. Right now Carrasco just has to figure it out. I know he had a meeting with Mickey Callaway and Terry Francona about the movement of his arm and where his arm is located when he pitches. It's just a mess right now, though, with Carrasco. Good to see Salazar get a good start today, though.
Hey, when I say minors, I mean, do they think he would clear waivers to get back to the minors?
I don't know. I think a team would probably take a chance on him. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he has shown flashes, especially in the bullpen, of being a guy who can get guys out. It's just when he has to go 5-6 innings, he just can't seem to get the job done.
All right, next questions. The Indians' errors have not been a lot of fun today. They have the worst fielding percentage in the American League with the most errors. I don't know how you fix that.
Yeah,
that's stuff that's got to be worked on in spring training.
It does, and I don't really know where you go with it. Is it a lack of focus? Is it maybe just being a little bit too overconfident? We saw it yesterday. There's Zach McAllister airmailing one to Nick Swisher at first base. Yan Gomes last year, 3 errors. He's already got 6 this season. Again, airmailing a couple balls over the heads of second basemen and shortstops on steal attempts. It's a mess right now, and I think this team just needs to get back to the basics a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if you see some infield practice when they come back to Cleveland starting on Friday.
All right, I know it's April 29th, but Nick Swisher's bat is starting to percolate. Had a pretty good weekend. As Drupal Cabrera, I mean, where are we with these bats right now? And Carlos Santana, I haven't even touched that yet.
Yeah, Santana's simply a mess. 0 for 4 today. He's batting $122. You know, in the cleanup spot, which obviously is a very important part of this ball club, I really don't know what you do other than shift that lineup around a little bit. They even had Lonnie Chisenhall batting 4th the other day. Right now, the hot bats, Michael Brantley, Yan Gomes is at 270. You've got, you know, David Murphy's hitting 274. But really, the other guys have got to get going. They only had 3 hits today, only 5 the other night against San Francisco. I know that's a decent pitching staff, but let's be honest. This ball club right now just is not playing with the same confidence, and it's starting to get in their heads a little bit.
Santana's the one I think I'm most worried about.
Me too.
Swisher, Cabrera, that's okay. They're struggling. It's April, but I'm worried about long-term concern about Santana, and I don't know how much of it is based on him not catching every day,
right,
or him, you know, playing third base. I wonder. Those are little things that kind of bother me. I don't want to talk all negative, though. I do want to talk about Michael Brantley because he has been carrying this team.
Yeah.
He is an all-star right now, and he's the guy. If you got to go out and buy a jersey, his jersey's the one you want.
You know, let's be honest. This is the throw-in guy from the Matt Laporta trade with CC Sabathia a couple of years ago. A lot of people forget about that.
No, he was the trade.
He was the trade now. You know that, Andy. This is the guy that's right. He's carrying the team. 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. Not a lot of people felt that he would have the power that he does. Worked on his legs in the offseason, which has really helped him at the plate, hitting the ball with more power. He's showing the ball. He's showing that he can hit the other way sometimes as well. This is the guy right now, and you know, maybe you move him to the 4th spot because hey, he's the power guy on the team. Like I said, 4 home runs, leads the team right now, but those other bats have to get going.
All right, we've got plenty more to come. You're going to answer some questions when we come back. Going to stick around. We're going to get questions from Facebook and Twitter. We'll be slicing up freshness segments. So we're going to slice up a fresh set of Indians questions for you, Matt. So hang tight. Here we go. They were submitted on Facebook and Twitter. First question is from Mark on Facebook. Do you think the Indians will trade Masterson and Cabrera before the deadline?
I don't think Masterson's going anywhere. I still think that this team still has confidence that they can get a deal done with him at some point. Whether or not that's going to happen now or have to go to free agency, I don't know. Masterson wants to stay here from all indications. As for his Drupal Cabrera, I think a lot of it depends on the efforts of Francisco Lindor down in the minor leagues. If Lindor can get going with the bat, he's hit well so far, they may be able to call him up. Mike Aviles moves to shortstop. He's your full-time shortstop for the time being, and you can move to Cabrera to another team. A lot of it's going to have to do with what they get in return. They're not going to move these guys for nothing.
All right, next question is from Twitter. Why haven't the Indians called up Trevor Bauer yet? That's from Kenny.
Well, Kenny, I think right now there's no need to at this moment. I know that we talked about Carlos Carrasco a little bit earlier today, and he has certainly struggled. But I think really the guy that's going to get called up before Bauer is Josh Tomlin. I think they still want to see Bauer develop a little bit more in the minor leagues. That doesn't mean we're not going to see him at full time at some point throughout this season. Terry Francona has always stressed more pitching the better. They like Tomlin. They like Bauer. You're going to see those two guys at the major league level more throughout the season. We've already seen Bauer once. You'll see him again, but I don't think on a full-time basis until maybe late in the year, Andy.
All right, last question will be from Bob on Facebook. Any thoughts of moving Danny Salazar to the bullpen? Today's one of those days where you're like, I don't know they need to move him to the bullpen. I will tell you this, though. His future down the road really feels like closer. That's just
Really?
me saying.
Okay.
Well, look, he's a guy who can go out there and give you 10 strikeouts. I love the way he does that.
No, you're right, but I still think that they like him as a starter. I think,
I'm not in a hurry to put him back there.
No, yeah, I think right now Carlos Carrasco is the guy that you got to think about moving to the bullpen. He is a guy that showed it last year, especially in the playoff stretch, that he can get the job done as a one-inning guy. I don't think Danny Salazar is going anywhere. Pitched well today, 7 innings, 5 strikeouts, only gave up 5 hits and a run. I think he's still definitely got major starter stuff at the major league level. He's still got a ways to go. Let's be honest. He's only had, what, 14, 15 starts full-time at the major league level? Let's not push the panic button on Salazar. Carrasco's the guy to watch to maybe go to the pen, though, Andy.
All right,